Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be quite a short video and I'm revisiting a subject I talked about a couple of months ago. And I was discussing whether I should switch from a digital SLR, so a DSLR, to a mirrorless camera for wildlife photography. Now, I'm a Nikon user and at the time I didn't feel that the Nikon mirrorless cameras had good enough autofocus for wildlife photography. And since that time, Nikon have announced that they're bringing out the Z7 Mark II and the Z6 Mark II. And that's great news. So initially my thoughts were, the reason I was thinking about changing to mirrorless for wildlife photography was the fact that mirrorless cameras are quieter. So that means, you're less likely to scare off the wildlife when you hit the shutter button because you haven't got that mirror clunking up and down. And secondly, because I've got a YouTube channel now, I'm shooting a lot more video, and I didn't really shoot any video prior to having a YouTube channel. And not only am I shooting more video to make the vlogs, but I'm also now shooting more video of actual wildlife. And I find that trying to track a wildlife subject when you're using live view on the back of the camera with a digital SLR is really difficult. So I'm thinking that using the electronic viewfinder, the EVF, will be a lot easier if I want to track moving subjects. So if anybody's already switched to mirrorless for wildlife photography filmmaking, so actually shooting video of wildlife and moving wildlife, and you're finding it a lot easier using the electronic viewfinder, just let me know. If you can drop a comment in the comments section below, that will be fantastic, because that's one of the major reasons I want to switch to a mirrorless for wildlife photography. Mainly for wildlife video footage, actually, shooting wildlife video footage. So why didn't I switch, or why haven't I already switched to a mirrorless system? Well, fact of the matter is, I'm a Nikon user, so I don't really want to have to change my whole system. I've got loads and loads of lenses, and with the mirrorless Nikon system, I can get an adapter and still use my 600mm lens, my 200 to 500mm lens, and all the other lenses I've got. So that would be a really important reason to stick to Nikon. But I didn't switch a few months ago because I didn't feel that the Nikon's autofocus on their mirrorless system was up to the job for wildlife photography. Now, I've had loads of comments. Some people commented saying, yeah, they think that's true, that the AF just isn't quick enough on the Nikon mirrorless. And some people were saying, well, actually, we get on with it okay. But because I felt there was a few rumours around that Nikon will be updating both the Z6 and the Z7, I thought I'd wait. And, great news. Nikon have announced that they are indeed updating both of those mirrorless bodies. So we're going to have the Z7 Mark II and the Z6 Mark II. Now for wildlife, I was seriously thinking about the Z6. So I'm going to wait now until the Z6 Mark II comes out. And it looks like all the issues that I was worried about have been addressed. So firstly, the Z6 Mark II has got 2 card slots, whereas on the Z6 it only had 1. And for me that's quite a big deal because I want to be able to back up my images from not just on 1 card but 2 cards, or if I'm shooting wildlife I might want to go from 1 card to 2 cards without having to change the camera. If you're in the middle of a wildlife action sequence, the last thing you want to do is be changing the card mid-sequence. So that's the first reason. I was a little bit unsure about the Z6. The second reason was the autofocus, and as I say, the autofocus I didn't feel was up to the job. It certainly didn't seem to be as good as the Sony. But now Nikon have announced a second processor in the Z6 Mark II plus the Z7 Mark II, and it looks like the autofocus is going to be much improved. So if it is improved, that's another big tick in the box for me. And then last but not least, they're also going to have a vertical grip that's actually functional, with a shutter release button and stuff like that. To be honest, that wasn't a big deal. I don't always use a vertical grip, so I wasn't unbelievably concerned about that. But my 2 main concerns, 2 card slots, improved autofocus, they should be there on the new Z6 Mark II. So that's great news, and if it's as good as I'm hoping it's going to be, especially the autofocus, I think now will be the time for me to switch to a mirrorless body for wildlife photography. And it looks like there's going to be improved video functions. And again, one of the main reasons for me switching to mirrorless for wildlife photography will be for the video side of things. So if there's an improved video functionality, then that's got to be good too. So the main announcement, the rumours have been out, and they're very, very reliable rumours. And Nikon have actually said it's not just a rumour anymore. So the rumours have been around for a while, but Nikon have announced that they are actually going to be releasing these cameras, and I think the release date, or certainly confirmation of that release date, will be in just under 2 weeks' time. So I'm very excited. Now, will I buy it straight away? I'm probably going to give it a couple of months, maybe 3 or 4 months once the new cameras have been announced. I think it will be impossible to get them straight away anyway. People will be pre-ordering. But I generally like to wait until these new bodies, camera bodies, have been out for a while, so that any little glitches or bugs have been sorted out. So I'm guessing I'm probably not going to lay my hands on the Z6 Mark II for 6 months maybe, but I'm still really looking forward to it. So if anybody's got any experiences of using mirrorless camera bodies for wildlife photography, and certainly for wildlife video footage, then let me know in the contacts the comments below. That would be really good. But for now, I think I'm going to say goodbye. Just to say that my next video will be back to normal. It will be out in the field, me making a location-based video, and I'm halfway shooting a video on photographing little egrets, I've had some great little egret sightings, and I've got some great stills, and I've got a little bit of video, and it's been really good. And I also had a little cameo roll from a kingfisher who popped in on the scene, and I'm going to be spending hopefully a bit more time trying to capture the kingfisher. But the video I've almost shot now is mainly about little egrets, and there's as I say, a little a kingfisher just popped in, so I think he'll be making a small appearance in that video. So yeah, bye for now guys. Thanks for watching and listening as usual, and if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, if you can consider subscribing, that'd be great. And if you can give this video a like if you do like it, and a share, that'll be also brilliant. And as I say, normally my videos are about wildlife and landscape photography. It's not so much kit based, but this I think is quite exciting news, and I'm looking forward to getting an idea of the real life performance of these new Nikon mirrorless bodies. So yes, I'm going to stop rambling on now. Bye for now, and I'll speak to you on my next video.